They called her Ratnavati, the Princess of Bhangarh, wise, proud, and too beautiful for her own peace. The people adored her and feared her, for she had her father's sharp mind and her mother's eyes, the kind that saw through false words and flattery. High above the fort, carved into the rocky hill, lived a man people rarely spoke of aloud, a recluse, a sorcerer, a tantrik named Singya. They said he practiced black magic in the caves, speaking to shadows until they spoke back. His name was enough to silence gossip. From his cave, he watched Ratnavati. At first, he told himself it was curiosity, then admiration. But when admiration soured into hunger, the watching turned to plotting. He knew he could never win her heart, but perhaps he could take it. One afternoon, he went to the market disguised as a traveler. The air smelled of spices and dust. At a perfumer's stall, he bought a small vial and whispered words that made the perfumer's hands tremble. The oil inside darkened, shifting like smoke trapped in glass. "Take this to the princess," the tantrik said. "Say it eases pain and clears the mind." Fear won over reason. The perfumer obeyed. That evening, Ratnavati sat by her window as the sun spilled gold across the courtyard. The maid entered with the gift. "A fragrance for you, princess," she said. Ratnavati uncorked the bottle. A sweetness rose. Pleasant but wrong, like honey left too long in the sun. The air thickened. The flame of the lamp bent toward her. She felt something crawl behind her thoughts. She frowned. "Where did this come from?" "The market, my lady." From a stranger. Ratnavati turned the vial in her fingers. The liquid gleamed red, as if reflecting a fire she couldn't see. In that reflection, she saw a face, eyes bright with madness, lips moving in a silent chant. She stood abruptly. "This is no gift. It's a curse." The maid gasped. "Throw it away." Ratnavati shook her head. "No curse leaves my hands unanswered." She walked into the courtyard and poured the perfume onto the grinding stone used for spices. The liquid hissed. The air quivered. Then the great stone shifted, rolling forward as if alive. Servants shouted. Down the hill, Singya stepped out of his cave to greet his illusion of victory. He smiled until he saw the boulder racing toward him. He raised his arms, but the rock did not stop. The sound echoed through the hills. Pinned beneath the stone, blood in his mouth, the tantrik drew a symbol in the dirt with his trembling hand. His voice cracked as he whispered, "Bhangarh will never know peace. Its walls will fall, its rivers will dry, and no one who lives here will live long." The wind carried his words back to the fort. Days passed. The well water turned bitter. The cattle refused to drink. The priests heard whispers inside the temples. The people began to leave. Ratnavati prayed, fasted, burned incense, and gave alms. Nothing helped. The curse had teeth. Then came the siege. A neighboring ruler, hearing Bhangarh had grown weak, sent his men. The fort held for 3 days. On the 4th, the gates gave way. Arrows fell like rain. Fire leapt from roof to roof. They said Ratnavati died fighting, blade in hand, her anklet ringing against the stone as she fell. Others claimed she escaped into the desert, her spirit bound to the fort by the tantrik's dying words. Centuries turned to dust. The fort crumbled, its towers split by roots and time. But every dusk, when the sun touches the hills, the wind that runs through the ruins carries a faint scent, sweet and cold. Sometimes travelers say they hear an anklet moving through the old market streets. If you follow the sound, you'll feel warmth on the stone where the tantrik's cave once stood, as if someone's anger still burns beneath it. Locals warn visitors not to stay after sunset. They don't speak of ghosts. They simply say, "The fort remembers." And if you ever find yourself walking those empty corridors and smell perfume where there is none, do not turn around. If you're still listening, you've survived another true horror from the dark side. If this story haunted you, click and like the video, subscribe to this channel for more true nightmares, and leave a comment below. I'm Joker, and I'll see you in the next story.